it's Jennifer Vatsa of Belladonna's Botanicals, and this is your March 2024 updates on all things Belladonna's Botanicals and what we are up to coming down the pike. One of the things I wanted to talk about is a little bit of product news first. So, I'm in the process right now. You might see some slight changes to our soap offerings, and there's a very simple reason for that. I needed to get a new soap cutter, and they're all slightly different as far as the widths go in how you cut soap. Some of them are adjustable, some aren't. I had at least for I don't know how many of them I'm on at this point, but I usually had a wooden one that you would fit a bar like a they usually have like these sort of soap loafs, so you would fit a soap loaf worth in there, and um I think there's like little slats and then you kind of cut it. The only problem with the way it was constructed is that because, I'm putting soap in it, so you've got a lot of stuff kind of absorbing into the wood there. Washing it, even though I hand wash it and dry it immediately, still the water that gets on it soaks into the wood, and eventually the whole thing just splits up and falls apart. I'm probably on my third or fourth one at this point in time, and rather than replacing it every year, I was trying to find a new one that would work. A couple months ago, I did get a metal one, and I think that's the one I'm gonna go with. It just cuts a little more. So whereas the one that I was using came out with 9 not really all that evenly cut, bars, this one comes out with 10 evenly cut bars. Because what ended up happening, with the wooden one I had is a lot of times the end cuts would be so super narrow, and then you'd end up with, like, a really weird, super fat middle cut for reasons I don't know. I tried every possible way to be able to cut them evenly, and no. So we're gonna be going with this one. I probably also will be, um, because the yield is different. So as I do this, I probably will be. Hi, Moon. Actually, I may even do it beforehand. So it's coming upon yearly repricing times, but so instead of, marking them up, because honestly, I kind of feel like where we're at on the pricing for the soaps, I personally, I don't think I'm going to buy a $20 soap, so I don't expect other people to. So I may actually drop the price on them a little bit. We're back. So yeah, that was one of the things. Like, 'cause I had realized that I was going to probably have to change a little bit, and, I weighed a couple of bars from ones that I cut from the old mold and the other one. They're about the same. I mean, literally the same, weight wise. Usually they're about 5 to 6 ounces, weight wise. It might vary a little bit because sometimes, depending what I have on the top of them, with what's it called, like the herbs and stuff like that. And it's possible that some types of soap, whether it's a honey-based soap or a hemp-based soap, may actually weigh more or less. Like I know even in like times it takes because I use melt and pour blocks, because I don't really have the space to do cold process soap. Um, but yeah, like I've noticed with some of them that the like goat's milk soap takes a lot longer to melt than the soap blocks do than other types of soap. So, but yeah, that was been talking about soap for a very long time now. Um, yeah, I did try getting one of those like kind of soap guillotine ones, the wire cutter ones. They look like they work really well. I don't know if it's just the cheap crap on Amazon. Like one of these days I will learn. But yeah, so the first attempt to cut a bar of soap didn't go all the way through, and I had to kind of like snap it. There was just no way for me to push it the full way through the soap. And I assembled it correctly. There was just literally one thing I had to put on. So probably not user error. And the second attempt to cut another bar of soap broke the wire. So that tells me that this is not a quality product, so it got returned and refunded. So anyways, um while on the subject of products, I am in the process of releasing several new ritual oils and crystal oils. So I'll just kind of give you a sneak peek of these. I should have them up online by the weekend. This is a demonic praise and offering oil. So this is something that you can use. It's I will say agnostic, but it's not specific to any spirit. But you can use it in tandem with different, yeah, for like on a candle. Like, I want to offer Lucifer some praise. You can use this on the candle. You can use Lucifer oil as well. I'm right now, like I'm doing the path working with the Goetia. So like this is something I can use kind of in tandem with that. Um Speaking of the Goetia, I also have a Goetia Consecration Ritual Oil. So again, this is something, you can use in a more generic sense. Like if you don't want to, you don't have an oil or oleum for every single goetic spirit. This is something you could use in general, especially like if you're for, calling in the elements or something like that. If you don't have specific oils or the things, because there's a lot of goetic demons and like not all of them are worked with as heavily. So, yeah. So we have that. The next one, this was an interesting one. I forget who gave me this particular idea. Feel like this came from one of the spirit. This is a charge and activate ritual oil, and what this is, what you can do with this, and I think this is really beneficial. So, now obviously it won't work with everything, but like when you go into, I think the idea from this was a lot of like when you go into stores that have mass produced uh metaphysical products, if it was made in a factory, I'm sorry, there probably is not a whole lot of, you've got components of magic, but you probably don't have a lot of magical energy attached to it. I don't particularly feel it when I buy things like that. And I buy them. I'm not saying don't. And I've heard the same things from uh back. And I've talked to other colleagues of mine who are like, yeah, I buy these little, oils at the thing, and they're dead, they're inert. You have to do magic on them for them to be magical. This pertains more to things that are mass produced. Especially like in factories, especially like, I'm sorry if it's being put together in a sweatshop factory in like Southeast Asia. I'm gonna be willing to put some money on the fact that it probably does not have a lot of magical energy in it, if any at all. So, yeah. So, what you can do with this then is you can add this to any of those products. And what I would suggest doing with this, because I think I'm gonna do this, is if you want to add a drop or some form of your genetic material to this, obviously you want to put your own in here, because I can't sell it that way. But that will help bind it to you and to your magic. I mean, you can add that to anything really. But I wanted to make this that, you could use this kind of as like a consecration oil. Like you could put this on your athame, or you can put it on your statues and things like that. Any of your ritual objects to kind of charge and activate them with that magical energy. So, and with other products too, you can use this in tandem. You could use it in tandem with other products of ours as well. Um, Especially if you want to add your own energy to it, which I highly suggest. I mean, I do that with most of the stuff I do. So, anywho, and lastly, this is one of the crystal healing oils, and the reason I did this one as a crystal healing oil is because I put a lot of different crystals in it. So this is an Astral Defense crystal healing oil, and what this is for, and you could use this in tandem with any of our like flying ointments and tinctures and like poison path and theogenic products. What this is going to do is that, and shout out to my colleague Vanessa Diamond for the idea and some of the ingredients for it. What you're going to want to do with this is, before you do like astral travel, deep meditation, channeling, mediumship, that sort of thing, to avoid what I would call getting like astral sludge or astral parasites, take just a drop of this. I'm not gonna do it right now, and you can put it on your third eye. Crown would it would get messy in your hair, so maybe like on your back of the neck or behind the ears. Pulse points, chakra points. I mean, wherever it feels like you would be, that would make sense to you to put it. Um, and what that's gonna do, it's protective to help you avoid getting astral parasites or people attacking you through remote viewing and astral work like that. So, I mean, people don't have to be cursing you and throwing stuff. And as I was saying, people don't have to be actively cursing you and throwing negative energy and stuff away. You can just pick up astral sludge and clutter just from doing the type of work we do. Like that happens to me sometimes. Like I'll have to have something cleared because I just will have like a weird attachment that's of an unspecified origin. And usually when it's that case, it's just something that feeder spirits or parasitic entities. It's not necessarily something that was thrown at me through a curse. So, um, yeah, so that's what we have there. Those will be coming out shortly. I did we have a whole bunch more that are just listed. The spirit necklaces from Lamia Nightstorm. I'm trying to remember all the ones. What did we do? Let's see. We have updated Aphrodite ones in a different colorway. We have Babylon, Shemyaza, Leviathan, Satan, King Paimon, Hermes, Ocean, and Brigid slash Maman Brigitte. Those are the new ones that she sent. And I will be receiving more of the magical dirts, hopefully today or tomorrow. And because we're out of stock of several of them, and they've been very popular. So we should have more graveyard dirt and five-way crossroads dirt listed soon. And I'm not sure what else she's sending me there. I do also have some lust charms that she sent. I don't have those up yet because I'm waiting for her to send me the information. So yeah, we have a lot going on. New products. Hopefully I'll have some time to do. I have some new bubble baths that are going to be coming out. And I'm working on something that will be really cool involving pendulums. But I'm just gonna give you a teaser because I have to test my theory first. I don't want to say we're gonna have pendulums and be like, yeah, that didn't work out the way I wanted it to. So that said, we have a couple events coming up this month on March 3rd. We will be vending at the um Magical Market of Witchy Wares in Hellertown. I will post the information for that. I'll put links below to whatever I talk about in this video. And on March 9th, I will be presenting at the Botanic Obscura conference. That's online. I will put information below if you're interested in attending or purchasing tickets. So I'm really excited about that. I spoke last year. It was a great time. A lot of great subjects and panelists and presenters and keynotes. So highly recommend if you're into all things poison path and occult herbalism. It is an event for you. So what else do I have going on for the month of March? Always a good question. I am still working out the Patreon and YouTube membership structure. I did add right now, I'm only doing on YouTube. Maybe I added it on, I don't know if I added it on Patreon yet. I am doing mostly at this point just support membership tiers, like, and I added more in. So between 99 cents and 5.99, there's different support tiers. I'm working on anything that would have perks attached to it for the higher tiers. I was doing monthly oracle readings, but yeah, so I'm kind of fine tuning that and getting through all the things. Got my taxes done yesterday, so F yeah. I have a few days before I cry when I find out how much I owe in taxes. I knew I was going to owe for last year because I just kind of diverted everything into Project GTFO Philly. Um, and yeah, it's been great. I mean, I've been a little moody this week, but I think it's just post full moon moodiness. But I think that I'm happy here. I go to events. I go to things. I went to a holistic expo at a mall that I didn't think existed anymore, but apparently still did. And I am very confused by this mall that had not one, but two different like vintage collectors, bizarre kind of shops. And if you know me, you know I'm obsessed with vintage glass right now. So I'm gonna have to do a video on that because I use vintage glass a lot in my ritual work. And um even just for I mean, I have my mundane stuff, like I replaced all my dinnerware with vintage glass. So or I'm in the process of doing that. I need some more big plates. I use it, I have vases. I'm the type of person that buys flowers once a week, spread them through the house, and they're offerings to the spirits for me. That's something that I've started doing. And, especially in the winter time, it adds a little bit of life to the place. Like I have some plants there in the kitchen, but I'm not particularly good at plant growing. Shocking, I know. But yeah, so the mall had that. The mall had a crystal shop, like a nice crystal shop too, and a thrift store. I'm like, what mall did I walk into? This is weird. It's like this mall was put here with all my interests in it. But yeah, so the holistic fair was nice. I talked to the people who run it, and yeah, I'm gonna check out what other events they're doing and stuff like that. So yeah, it's very interesting. I feel I'm in a good place, and I think there's going to be some awesome stuff coming down the pike within this year. So far, I am in the very beginning stages of looking into possibly doing a pop-up shop at one of the local. It's like an outdoor, one of those kind of bougie outdoor shopping mall kind of things. That wouldn't be until the fall. I have to figure out all the details of it, because I mean, upfront pricey, but I think it would probably, at least for me, my thinking on it was, A, I wanna see how well I do with having a retail store, like, as a tester to kind of get an idea without, like, I'm gonna sink several hundred, tens of thousands of dollars into opening a store. So I wanna kind of test that a little bit. I mean, I've been doing really well at the events that I've been doing here, so and they're small events too, so it's been really nice. I really like it. So there's that. On the health front, I am working through. I think I talked about this in the last video. So my rheumatologist is working with the under the guise of the diagnosis for psoriatic arthritis. And right now we're in the wonderful time of fighting with the insurance company to get the medication she wants and that I want for it. It's just unfortunately the biologics for psoriatic arthritis are about $5,000 a month. So obviously the insurance company's like, how about you try something cheaper that has way more side effects, but it's cheaper. I know that you're going to have to take it and then have like an entire day where where you have the worst migraine imaginable and are nauseous as fuck and can't do anything, but it's cheaper. Have I mentioned that it's cheaper to to take this other thing? We know it's technically a cancer drug, and one that the one that they want to put me on is methotrexate, which is one of the things that's used in medical expulsion of unwanted parasitic entities growing in your body if you can produce that sort of thing. I love having to word my way around bullshit social media censorship. So yeah. The one that she wants to put me on is Otezla, which is one of the biologics. That's the one that's like $5,000 a month. Outside of some initial digestive stuff, it doesn't have as many horrible side effects like your hair falling out or, weight gain or, you know, awfulness. So hopefully we are able to convince the insurance company. Well, I mean, my main concern is if you ever read those weird, like when you get down on the medication, the 0.1% of people experience this weird side effect. Hi, I'm that 0.1% of people who experience that weird ass side effect that, you're like, are you sure you're really going to grow tentacles if you take this medication? Yes, I will. If it causes weight gain, I'm not gaining 2 pounds. I'm gaining at least 25 pounds. If it causes drowsiness, I will sleep for 2 days straight. Um, I have permanent tinnitus from being on Lexapro. I've been off Lexapro for 3.5 years now and still have constant ringing in my ears. I was not a roadie or, with my ears up to music, maybe in my childhood, but like not, well, it's adolescence more, but yeah, no, like, hi, have we not met? I have a lot of sensory processing issues. So, but that's when it really started for me. Like occasionally I would get ringing in my ears after a show, and then it would stop after, a day or so. So, yeah. So that's me. I get the weird that 0.1% of people grew a second head while taking this medication. That's me. Those people do exist. It's me. So that's why I want to steer towards the one with the lesser amount of weird side effects, because I don't want my awesome hair to fall out, because look at how awesome my hair is. And there's a lot of other things too with the methotrexate, like, not that I drink a lot, but like I still like to be able to have, I would say a glass of wine, but I ain't that classy. I'd love to have a wine cooler or a Mike's Hard Lemonade or a mimosa, but there's just a lot of things that um otherwise would impact me. Like there's times when, especially with like autoimmune stuff and chronic illnesses, it's like the treatment sometimes it's like, is the treatment worse than the actual condition? Like I don't want to be taking something and ostensibly to make myself feel better that makes me feel 100 times worse, because I won't take it. If it's going to cause me to have a full body migraine and be nauseous as fuck, I will take it once and then I will never take it again. Because hi, I have not thrown up in 16 years and I'm very proud of that. Um, but anyways, so I'm trying to think if there is anything else coming down the pike for the month of March. Looking around, I think that's probably about it. There's, dealing with other stuff. I think that I'm still kind of have the Amazon fulfillment by Amazon thing on hold right now. I probably will do it at some point. I just haven't had the time. So, but now that I got my taxes done, I can at least devote some time to that. So
And
on that
yeah,
note, we're still working through various video series. Last month we dropped the first 2 videos from the Noctamaran Gate opening / pathworking series. The third one will be coming up sometime this month, hopefully, for the third gate. Worked on some of the Goetia pathworking. I will have a video coming soon for working with Gamagan / Semignia. Semignia? I can't figure out how to pronounce it. It's a weird name. We're just gonna call him Sam Gam. So yeah, those are 2 things that are kind of coming down the pike on the video front, and whatever else I feel like talking about. So I will probably have some more spiritual awakening series stuff coming up, and whatever I feel like. I'm a very whim-based person. So anyways, thanks for watching. Don't forget to click like and subscribe, and I love you all. Bye.